Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Dr. Lassane with part 2 of the syllabus screencast for you. I've now gone on to the course requirements, in other words, how you get your A for the class. You have several assignments here and they are explained here. They're also explained in some detail under the assignments link for live binders and also at Blackboard. So basically your course requirements are this. In addition to the books that we're all reading that I talked about in the first part of the syllabus screencast, you're going to read an additional 50 books for children. And the books have to meet the requirements that are listed below. And you're going to form these into 5 separate bibliographic lists that would be something you could distribute at a family literacy night or put out in the mall or hand it out to kids. And there's a lot more direction for this in live binders and at Blackboard, but basically the requirements that the books have to meet. One list will be 10 Caldecott or Caldecott Honor winning books. Another list is 10 books from the New York Times bestseller list for children picture books from January through June of this year. 10 books from the Put a Belpre Award, winners and or honor books. 10 books from the Coretta Scott King or King Honor books. And finally, 10 books from the Geisel Award or honor-winning books. So you'll have 5 lists, each with 10 books on it. So you'll have a Caldecott list, you'll have a bestseller list, you'll have a Belpre list, you'll have a Coretta Scott King list, and you'll have a Geisel Award-winning list. These should be pleasant to the eye, in addition to following the rules for putting together a bibliography. You'll find more information on that as we get into the directions for the course. That is your first, or it's one of your assignments, and it's worth 100 points. It's not your first assignment, though. One of the other assignments for the class is number 2 here, and that's blogging the required books. You're going to blog all 40 of the books you read, the 20 that have a required title, and then the 20 from the author list where you have some choice. Again, directions are at Blackboard and at live binders in some detail. That is worth 100 points. You also have the textbook assignment. You'll complete assignments involving the online textbook. Basically, you'll be doing chapter summaries and reflections. If you've taken young adult literature, you've certainly done this before, and that's worth 100 points total. So here are the due dates. You'll see that the first set of assignments that you do are going to be over the textbooks, because you'll have that in hand. It's online. It's a Google Doc. You'll have no trouble at all reaching that. Then after that, the next set of assignments will be for those required lists: Belpre, Geisel, Caldecott, New York Times. They can come in any order that, in other words, required list number 1 might be Geisel for one person. It might be New York Times bestseller for another. Doesn't matter. And those are due from the end of September through the end of October on those dates. And finally, you'll do the required reading. 20 posts over the books that we'll all read in common, and then 20 books over the authors for which you have a choice. Those are the last things that are due for class. That comes to a total of 300 points, and somewhere in here should be the grading scale, and I don't see it. Hot dog. That's not a good thing. So hang on a minute. I might have left something out of your syllabus. I know that's hard to believe since the syllabus is only like 35 pages long. There we go. It's here. It's just in an odd place. So the total number of points available for the course is 300. In order to receive an A, you will get 90% of 300 points. And if you do that, that's 270 points and up. To get a B, you have to score 240 points up to 269. Anything below that is pretty much failing the course. We do give C's, but there basically is a new rule that 3 C's and you're out of the program. So we try not to even encourage that. What I'm telling you this for is, let's say you turn in the first assignment and it's worth 20 points and you only get 15. That means you've lost 5 out of the 30 points that you can lose and still get an A. So not time for panic. The time for panic is when you get a 0 for a major assignment. So don't sweat the small details. Just keep working forward, looking at the different things that I'm telling you to improve. It really does help to look at any kind of comment that I make about what I'd like to see next time. If what you've done is fine, I'll simply say good job, or I appreciate the work that this took. Don't worry about it. It means you're okay, you're on the right track. So those are the essential parts of the syllabus. You can certainly look at the other stuff in your leisure time, but I did want to kind of call your attention to these things.